Bruh. No.
Hey there, Fred. Way cool, Fred. You heard about Betty? Betty Spaghetti.
Why are you crying? So guys, I think I discovered one of the reasons why my line work sometimes looks like I have multiple strokes at once during the entire process of the sketching stage. It was like heaven has shined down on me once I realized the errors of my ways, and the art gods finally granted me the small privilege of looking through the keyhole where all great artists resides. Those gods told me, "You have found one of the keys, Lainey. Now all you have to do is use it." Welcome fellow artists in training to LainyLu Studies. These videos are my personal art diary where I voice notes that I have taken and go over some of my work I have done, critiquing what I can do better and what I personally found was good on my behalf. These videos are not meant to be classes by any means. They are more for me to have something to go back to and look at, and the progression I have done. But if you find it useful for your own work, please keep watching. Also, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe so you know whenever I post and upload. Thank you. Now let's begin. So this LainyLu Studies is on draftsmanship. There are, I think, many definitions for draftsmanship, but what I have summed it down to is something as simple as this: lines that have a purpose. Lines do not exist in the real world. So, when drawing or sketching, we want to let the brain know that this line alone is conveying one thing, while this line over here is conveying the contours of another. The brain is constantly searching for boundaries and trying to understand what it is perceiving literally out of survival instincts. Accidentally, we are tapping into our primitive side and giving our brain the information it needs quickly. Now, I could go deep on how the brain truly only sees form and shape through light and contrast, but I won't go into that in this video. What I'm trying to explain is, with lines alone, your brain just wants the gist of what the objects are respectfully. Here are the fundamentals I believe truly make someone a master of draftsmanship. Number 1, hand-eye coordination. This is something I think comes with time and lots of practice, so basically, muscle memory. Number 2, they know structure. That is why it is important to learn the ins and outs of what you are drawing. For example, the bones and muscles within the body. So when you are drawing your characters, you already know that this line contour is given the gist of the biceps, while this line right here is the bony contours of the shoulder. Number 3, having confidence. This ties into number 2 actually. If you know what you are drawing and its structure, you are less likely to do something a lot of beginner artists like myself do: searching lines. You know those annoying scratchy lines that make your work look messy as hell and lowers the quality of the sketch? Yeah, those. This is basically saying you don't know what you are drawing. Now, searching lines is a technique on its own, but if you did not purposely make these lines, they are just strokes of someone not confident in what they are doing. And number 4, purpose. Every line has a place and a meaning on the page. Before we jump into the critique of one of my assignments, I would like to show you guys a couple of people I feel have good draftsmanship. Some art's drafts work I've studied can be clean and clear and is very much pleasing to the eye, while there are those whose lines seem spontaneous and sporadic, but still pleasing to the eye. And there are those that fall somewhere in between. My biggest pull for these examples were manga artists. I think they are masters at draftsmanship because they need to use lines to bring their work to life and tell a story. Shiro Miwa. So, he is the artist for a couple of mangas and games I'm sure you are familiar with. I love how even the rough sketches of his drawings have details that is never lost due to line weight. Each line has a home. I realize his style of drafting includes drawing a quick sporadic sketch for finding and feeling out each element in the piece, even if the elements are lost. Then he goes over with a pencil and paper again to clean up and sharpen his lines. Again, even when his initial sketches seem somewhat messy, even the messy lines have a place. Naoki Urasawa. Now, I'm not too familiar with Mr. Urasawa's mangas, but I do watch his channel a lot, and I simply love how he is confident with his line placement and uses a pen sometimes just to draw. A pen is a very good idea to practice draftsmanship, by the way, because it teaches you to commit and forces you to put down purposeful lines. So if you mess up, you mess up. Kanaru. So, this girl is utterly amazing. Most of her work is confidently done in pen or marker, and her style of draftsmanship also includes line weight, but also cross-hatching. Even some of the lines she makes indicate that the pen never left the paper at all, which, by the way, that in itself is another way to build confidence in your line placement and having those lines also have purpose. As you have seen, these artists have honed their own style of drafting, and that is something I think will develop over time for us learning artists. So now is the time to rip into my work. But just so you guys know, this is a work assignment I did for the artist lesson on Class 101. If you're interested in this class, please check out the link in the description box below. It is very informative, and the class teaches you how to add motion and fluidity to your characters, and draftsmanship is touched on in the class, so check it out. Alright, so we're gonna quickly go over my assignment I did for Lexon. So let's jump into it. So the assignment was to grab an artist you would like to emulate and trace it, or I should say analyze, trace, and then freehand. So obviously I'm not gonna go into tracing too much because I'm just tracing. So, but a couple of things I want to add is maybe I shouldn't trace exactly. As you can see, I want to say that I wouldn't say this picture right here was a very good choice to do due to a lot of the breaks he has. Like, let me see if I can show you guys. So he mostly draws like this. This is Mr. Miwa's main style, I should say, of how he does his work. Up here, maybe it was, I can tell actually underneath it that he was tracing over something else. So I don't think this was too good of a picture to use. And as you can see, even with tracing, let's get into this tracing right here. Even with the tracing, there is no thought into any of the lines I have done. Absolutely no thought whatsoever. So When doing draftsmanship, what I have realized and what I've learned in lessons class is each line, like I've mentioned before, has to have a purpose. Even though there is a break right here, we all know this is where the cheekbone starts, or excuse me, stops. Here is where the condyle is, and I don't know if you can tell, there's a kind of a little, you can tell he stopped there. But anyways, he puts in the condyle, break, continues the jawline into the chin, fluidity. And then from there, jawline, condyle, into the ear. So, mind you, just to let you guys know, I did this assignment about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So I can tell now, looking with fresh eyes, even with the tracing, there was absolutely no thought behind it. I was literally just tracing. So into the freehand, same thing, no purpose whatsoever. Well, I wouldn't say this didn't have a purpose. This line definitely doesn't have a purpose because there's no structure at all. That's another thing. Remember, that's one of the things I've mentioned, knowing what structure is. So this is the top of the collar right there, obviously. This is the collar. So you'd think this line would break into there, but it does not. So this line is meaningless, not good. So this line is meaningless right there. What else? So I realize also right there, search lines right there, no purpose. This section has no purpose whatsoever. As you can see in the original photo, there's lots of breaks here, and like I said, it's not a really good photo because it looks like he was, lack of a better term, bullshitting. He looks like he already drew a baseline and he was drawing the boundaries of the photo. That's exactly what he was doing. Perfect. He was drawing the boundaries of the sketch he did underneath it. So this wasn't the best thing to copy. But as you can see right here, yeah, it's a cluster, but it's a meaningful cluster. I don't know what that is. That right there is not a meaningful cluster. What else? And again, I need to work on my observation skills. Even though there are guidelines, as you can see right there, there are guidelines, I was not following them. So that's always been a problem of mine, observing and drawing from life. That's something I need to work on to help with my observation skills, but we're not going into that right now. So yeah, we're moving on. Trace, this is my second part, or my second attempt. And again, observation, not touching that. Right there, right there, search lines. He uses line weight, I realize, a lot as well. Fluidity. There. Condyle. Jawline. Attachment. With the chin. Jawline. As you can see, it's not really a break. Maybe that's the same with this portion right here. It's not really a break. It is the line weight that breaks it up. So together with the chin is the jawline, condyle, break, rest of the jaw. And obviously I don't emulate that whatsoever. And I shall also Just laziness. Moving on. This is the photo I was copying. Some good things about this photo. I know it's hard to tell just by looking at it, but we'll find it. So this is really nice right there. I actually really like that. Her lower back. So I believe this, I don't remember, I think this is called the ACES right there. I want to say that's what part of the ACES, or the ACES, whatever. So right there, fluidity, upper back down to her lower back. Nice purposeful line of her pants. This line, it could be better. What should have been done is attached right there. Stopped at the upper part of her butt. And then the contours heading down to her lower butt. This probably would have been the best thing to do. Belly into that contour of the bone. I think that is really good as well. This right here isn't bad either. Purpose. Bridge of the nose, bottom of the nose, upper lip, lower half of the upper lip, chin, bottom of the chin. That is not bad. Purpose, and I think I was a little bit more confident in this portion as well, in this area, because normally that is how I usually do my profiles. So again, that's confidence. Confidence when you are drawing. Confidence. Know what you're drawing. Moving on. I'm gonna try to hurry it up just a little bit. Video to be too long to trace. Another quick sketch. So show you guys something as well. So we're gonna be looking at that leg right there. So as you can see, let's use red. A line for the hip, a line for the upper thigh. We can wait for CSP to think. Hurry up, go away. Upper thigh, knee, and the lower thigh down to the femur, whatever. Yep, that's femur. That's what a femur is. Yes. Yes? Whatever. See, guys, study your body parts. Study your body parts. So, each line had a purpose, right? Same here. Knee, upper thigh. No purpose. I was just simply, I was mindlessly drawing. Right here. Mindlessly drawing. No purpose. All I was thinking about is left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. That's probably all I was thinking, that, oh, you're just making lines that look a zigzag. No, Elena, there's actually purpose to what he's doing. Big thing, guys, remember, purpose. Moving on. Last picture. Biggest sludge monster of them all. I forgot what anime this is from. I remember watching it. I think I have it. That's actually pretty good. So the reason why, even though I know this is, what is the animated term for this. Is this a key something? I forgot what it is. I know for a fact this is not his sketch. This is used for animators. I don't remember what it's called. But the whole reason is animators still draw. And whoever did this, maybe it was Mila. Most likely it wasn't. But again, still purpose. Upper shoulder. The wrinkle in the upper portion of the sleeve down to the lower sleeve. A little break in there. The bottom of the sleeve. The crease in the sleeve. Purposeful. Everything is purposeful. Still doing searching lines here. As you can see, there is none there. I still don't have confidence in what I'm doing. So we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna go into the next segment where I put into bullet points what I did good and what I definitely need to work on. I bet the bad's gonna outweigh the good, but that's okay. This was my first attempt, and the point of this is to grow. So let's go. Personal critiques. The thing I did like for the overall assignment was taking the first step of realization. Now that I currently know what I need to look out for after this attempt, I am better equipped to analyze and approach my work a lot better. Now for what I didn't like. Observation. This skill needs a major tackling. Some life studies and studying for references can really help out with this. Not putting any thought behind each line. I was still using searching lines despite me copying due to the lack of confidence. None of the lines I personally believe had purpose. There were a select few happy accidents, but in this case, we don't want happy accidents, we want purpose. And lastly, slow down. This is a big issue of mine. I want to get things done in one sitting. I get lazy along the way, then my work turns into slush monsters. I need to take my time, analyze, and again, put thought behind why I'm learning this, and slowly execute so I can grasp and understand. To combat this, I think I just need to take structured breaks. I am really bad with those. Anyway, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed my first step through the door of draftsmanship. I am a self-taught artist, so a lot of the things I probably should know are now being presented to me. I have a long road in my art journey, and I hope you guys will stick around for the ride. Please follow me on Instagram, which is at LainyLuart, so you guys can see all my completed art posts, and also follow me on Twitter, which is also at LainyLuart, where I will soon be posting mostly art studies and doodles. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share the video. It really helps the girl out. Bye guys!